And I always say, you gotta watch the dog that bring the bone. And a lot of times, the dog then went all around town, up the alley, down the sewer, and they bringing you back the bone, and you don't know where that dog came from. And I say that to say that a lot of times, the information that you're receiving, if you don't know the dog that's bringing the bone, like you said, a lot of people's base is messed up. A lot of people have a lot of trauma. Okay, I just experienced this with a young lady that was on my live, and she was saying that her mom was with a man just for the money, and he was abusive. And so now she's in a relationship that she doesn't want to be in, and the mom is telling her, girl, that man paying your bills, you gonna walk away from that? You gotta watch the dog that bring the bone, because your mama was with men that didn't want her, and she was with him because he was a financial provider. And now you found yourself in the same situation, and you going back to that dog asking about that bone, and that person then went around the neighborhood, up the alley, through the gangway. Okay, you have to be careful where you get in the source of your information. Hey y'all, welcome back to Dear Tisia. We're gonna get right into it. We have some reminders, okay? We want to remind you all to follow and like our podcast on Apple and on Spotify, okay? Dear Tisia, leave us a 5-star review. Not one, not two, five-star review. I've been loving the reviews lately. Subscribe to Relationship Restored, and then subscribe to Dear Tisia YouTube channel. It's under Tisia XVS. It's picking up, but we need to get there. Okay, we have a goal of 10K by the end of this month, and it's the end of the month. So let's pick this up. Thank you in advance. Okay, so we have back in our peanut gallery, Mr. Cornelius Bryant, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, Cornelius Bryant, my castmate, okay, from Ready to Love. Child, what a time. What a time. We all have grown so much. And I always say we have the closest Ready to Love cast ever. Like, we support each other through funerals, new houses, parties, events, everything.
Absolutely.
Like, we have a really close cast. And everybody's like, how was Ready to Love? I said, I gained a whole bunch of friends, whole bunch of real close friends.
For sure.
There's that. And you know what? I don't think I ever said this to you, but Cornelius actually prays for me. And I think that is just, such a labor of love. And I never have said, I always tell you, like, thank you when you pray for me. But like, if he sees that I'm going through something, or like, even if he thought about me, he will send me a whole voice note praying. Okay. Random voice note praying. And I'm going to tell you this. I never take that stuff for granted.
Absolutely,
like, that is just like a testament of just closeness and kinship, and also just like prayer warriors in the world. Like, you need people to pray for you, because you never know what is going on and what kind of things you got, moving in the universe that's not in your favor. So thank you for that.
I'm proud of you, man.
Thank you.
You have definitely came a long way since the last 4 years, and with that, it takes a lot of responsibility, a lot of mental. So sometimes I'll be like looking at something you did, I was like, you know what, let me pray for her.
Man.
And so
and he pray for real. People are like, oh yeah, I'm gonna pray for you. They never pray. No, Cornelius prays for me literally a lot, and he sends me the voice notes. And so I'm just glad to be on his prayers list. And so I got a friend and her mom, I'm on her Christmas card list. When you on somebody's card list, she's in for Easter, birthdays, everything. Like, I'm glad to be on your prayer list.
Absolutely.
So thank you, Cornelius. I really do appreciate that. It really means a lot to me.
Absolutely.
Anywho, our listener review, The Realist. Love Dan 89. Literally my favorite podcast, period. I haven't heard her say one wrong thing yet. Continue to be unapologetically you and genuine. You have no idea how many women you are helping, including myself. Thank you, girl. Thank you. Okay. We are on to our Dear Tisia voicemail, our first voicemail. He cheated for 11 years, but now he's changed.
Hi, Tashia. I have a question. So, I have been with my husband for 17 years. We've been married for 11 years. Last year, we separated for a year. I just felt like it was time. I felt like he was still immature. He didn't know what he wanted to do as far as, a career. I felt like I was doing a lot of things by myself. And if I was going to feel like that, why not just be by myself? So the beginning of the year, we had a really long talk and we decided that we would, work it out. He was going to therapy. He showed me a whole different side of him. He has a good job now, a car, all the things that I wanted him to have, he now has. We were honest with each other about, the things that we did during our separation, but maybe 5 to 6 months into us getting back together, I learned that the person that he cheated with, he didn't just cheat, he dealt with her the whole marriage, which was 11 years. And now I'm at a crossroad because it's like, I don't know if this is something that I can get over. Even with changed behavior, how do you move on after you kept choosing to be with this person for 11 years? I feel like, why not just be with that person now? And even if, he say he don't love her or he don't care about her and he want me and he want his family. We have 2 children and the oldest one is 15. And that could be true, but how do I move past 11 years of cheating? I could have got over a one night stand or maybe 6 months or a year, but 11 years, I'm just stuck right now. What do you think I should do? And all he keeps saying is, but I'm not that person anymore. I changed, but I don't know how to move past it.
Damn, that's tough.
Okay, so 17 years together, 11 years of marriage, and she's recently found out after he has gone to therapy, that the the cheating with this one woman was for the entire 11 years. So it wasn't he been cheating the entire marriage.
Yeah. Oof, that's tough.
I really want to know, did she find out throughout the 11 years that he was cheating, or now she's found out that he was cheating? Like,
Is it
has he
through?
been throughout the 11 years, you just found out that he has been habitually cheating? Or now when you found out about the cheating, you realize that it was the entire time? I think that's slightly two different things for me, because that's a difference between somebody cheating on you all the time
Mm-hmm.
and somebody cheating with one person
Right, right, right.
for that amount of time. I know that seems
Yeah,
like a small little nuance, but I think it does matter.
it definitely
Um,
does.
that the woman he cheated with during their separation had actually been in the picture. Oh no, so he cheated during their separation, which is that cheating, but he cheated during the separation, and she's been in the picture the entire marriage. I think that,
Mm-hmm.
let me say this. I think that a lot of times people get married and God is not at the center of that. A lot of times, y'all, we have created unions with people and God is not at the center of it. And you never ask God, was that the person for you? And I'm gonna tell you this, like, 17 years together, 11 years married, and this man been cheating on you for 11 years. That is not something that is a covenant and that God has been at the center of, okay?
At all.
A lot of we as women, we do this. It's just like, he's faithful, he's consistent, he's loving, he's whatever, and then you go and you enter a marriage with him because, like, the general pillars of the marriage are there, right? Like, even if you didn't know about the cheating, but is that who God wanted you to be with? Like, literally, sometimes you gotta send that fishing pole out to the elders, to the people, to the God, to the trees, whoever you worshiping. I don't know. Okay,
Yeah.
you gotta send that fishing pole out and see if you come back with a fish, because this sounds like somebody that is innately conflicted, right?
Mm-hmm.
And to be honest with you, I don't know if I've actually seen it happen where somebody has cheated for many years and stopped. I just also wonder, like, is that something that you want to endure for the rest of your life? I would personally say to start weeding and just sowing God more so at the center of this so you can really figure out what's going on. But also just like, do you think somebody can change and stop cheating after 11 years?
11 years, you got some emotional ties to that person, man. That's tough. That's the thing I'm thinking about more so. 11 years is a long time. The whole marriage, yeah, no, I ain't gonna lie. I would say
And you've also been cheating for 11
yeah,
years.
I know I hate to tell people to leave somebody or not work something out, but sometimes some things are not reconcilable. You know what I mean? Sometimes you need to start looking at the trees on the other side and figuring out, okay, you know what, it may be some other, better situations out there that I can be in versus, because even what it said, 6 months. 6 months is not a long time to change or not to get or go through therapy or go through, especially after that long of being with somebody and being married and cheating that long. 6 months is not a long time to like just automatically now I'm this new person now. Like, nah. Like,
But see, that's the thing with cheating. Cheating is not just about the lie you told or the cheating. Cheating is about all the behaviors that happened before you got to the point of cheating. When you said you was going to the store and you was really at her house, when you didn't answer the phone, when you hid an app on your phone, when you like it's all the behavioral things before you got to the actual act of cheating. That is what is most
tough part.
disturbing, because now you're thinking that like it's hard for you to believe anything.
Anything they say, absolutely.
And what we don't realize is that is torment. Like when people say like, oh, well, you shouldn't just leave your marriage. You shouldn't just, walk away. Things get hard. Like you got to stick it through sometimes. Some things are pure torture to endure after somebody has deceived you to this extent. I've been married to you 11 years and you've been cheating 11 years.
Right. Yeah, that's tough, man. Oof.
And the thing too was that she said she was with him for 17 and married for 11. He's been cheating on you for 17 years.
That's what I was thinking.
He's been cheating on you for 17 years, baby. And that's just period.
Yeah.
Okay? There's a saying, nothing happens once. He's been cheating on you for 17 years. And so I think that you got to dig deep for that type of restoration.
You would never trust that person again. That's the problem. Like, it's like you're always going to be like, okay, where you really at? Where you, like, who wants to be in a situation like that? Constantly
With this
questioning.
level of betrayal and infidelity, you have to, that person has to be committed to the change. He has to now emotionally rebuild with you. The trust has to be rebuilt. Like there's so many sacrifices and things. Like I've seen men that were cheaters. They have to give up people they know. They can't go to certain places anymore. They can't, like, is this man willing to make that type of sacrifice?
Yeah.
Because that's
Might
the
need
thing.
to share your location. And
share your location.
I need your passwords.
I need your passwords. I need all of your stuff, right?
I need everything.
Like I need everything. And it's like, honestly, sometimes even the cheater, they're not willing to go that deep and to lay it all out on the line to restore the marriage the way that they need to.
Yeah.
And that's a lot of work on both ends.
Absolutely.
And I always say, baby, if I got to be an FBI agent,
Right.
I don't want to be
be
wondering. I don't want to go through your phone. I don't want to look and see and check your location and see if you at the gym like you said you was and stuff like that.
But
it's really like,
house.
are you willing to do anything and everything? And I think that she's like, he's gone to therapy and he's changed. But are you willing to, like, put it all out on the line and really fight for your marriage?
I went to 2 sessions. It was like, yeah, I'm changed, baby.
Right. That's and honestly, that's the thing. It's so much more to uncover. And what I oftentimes see is that a lot of times when couples have seen this level of infidelity, like they want to go way back to, I'm talking the beginning of time, and they want to dig up all the stuff like, okay, well, was that girl really that girl? Well, did you, when you said you was, it's a lot of work. However, if this is a man that God has placed for you, that's supposed to be in your life, I think that it could require that type of work, and I think that it could be necessary. I just think that I'm not really feeling like this is like a protected space for her. And
He
I wonder
definitely
if
needs to
she feels
repent.
like that's her person.
Yeah, he definitely needs to repent. I mean, that's a lot of repentance that needs to happen in that situation, because it's not just, and repentance is not just, I'm saying it. You got to show a lot of action, lot of action. But like I said, that emotional tie, you really got to know he broke off that whatever that's, because that's 11 years. You got some ties to that person. That's
You got some
emotional
ties to that
connection.
person. Absolutely.
A man is like, I mean, and me as a man, if I sleep with somebody one night, whatever, okay, let me, it's still wrong, but I can probably get over that because I don't have an emotional connection to that person. But 11 years, you got an emotional connection. It's not just physical. So,
And I think too, when you have that level of emotional connection, it's like, is the marriage really what you wanted? Do you need to really like redirect your energy and time?
yeah,
Like maybe you have found something that is more your speed, y'all.
yeah,
This has been a revelation over the last probably 2 to 3 years. Men are marrying women that were in close enough proximity when they when they decided that it's time to get married. But the amount of married men that I have seen I'm talking about, like, they did not marry their dream girl.
they
Didn't.
settle,
They did not marry their dream girl. They did not marry truly the woman that they wanted to be with and that had longevity. And now the men,
you looking around.
they looking around. They looking around. I've seen it with my own 2 eyes. Okay.
Yeah.
And I wonder if that ever wasn't meant to be. Sometimes people just get married because it's a happenstance, right? It's like, oh, we're dating. It's been a long time. It's been 2-3 years, but nah, you gotta screen that marriage. You gotta make sure like this person interpersonally, lifestyle wise, financially, spiritually, physically, all of these things can stand the test of time to uphold a marriage. And sometimes we go into it because it seemed right, but you didn't put the right things in place. And this something don't sound right. 11 years, this woman been
got
around.
2 kids. So that's probably keeping her the 2 kids too.
Then she had 15 and something else.
Yeah.
Them kids go old now. Them kids are older. Right. They're gonna be okay. I also would implore her to really figure out, like, who are you? Who are you? A lot of times, even in partnership, we will base even our life's quest off of what somebody else is doing, right? It's like, who are you? Who do you want to be? What type of woman do you want to show up for as your kids? Where is your life going? Are there dreams and goals and things that you have? Like, do you need him there for that? Like, is this the person that you want to be in these new chapters? I think I will also look internally and to see, like, what am I doing? Because look, the elephant in the room is that 11 years and you didn't know.
Yeah. Did he confess that, or did she just find out? That's the other part.
Right. Who knows? How did you find this out? But I'm telling you this, baby. 11 years and you didn't know that your husband had a whole woman in his life.
And people repeat themselves. Past can definitely come back around again too. So yeah, that's tough. That's tough. Yeah.
And you often wonder, like, if a man got a lustful eye, if a man, like, it don't matter who it is. It don't matter what it is. Like, they're going to constantly go back to them same type of ways, right? It's going to be tempting. I was telling a story before that, being so close to, like, drug addiction in my family, we would have to, like, hide things in the house just for triggers, right? Like, we couldn't leave lighters out because that was a thing. You couldn't leave, like, any type of paraphernalia, ashtrays and shit like that was like an actual trigger when somebody is going through recovery.
Yeah, for sure.
Women on the internet, women outside, women walking down the street, women in Trader Joe's, baby, you better strap up for war.
Right,
if he got that type of lustful eye that's just on him and it's almost like an addiction type of thing where he just can't sit at home, or maybe he just found life and love outside of the marriage. Like, I just don't know if I would want to do that.
Yeah.
Anyways. He got a lot of work to do, and I hope that he's willing to, like, really step up to the plate on that. So those are my thoughts.
Take some time away from him for a while.
She separated for a year, I think. And
well,
he was
stay
cheating.
Away for a little longer.
Right. He was,
a little no contact. See how he moves. If he still ain't moving, like if he ain't building new hobbies or feel like he's working on himself, then I wouldn't.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I
But
wouldn't go
also
there.
too, I feel like this is the last thing I'm gonna say about this. That my and I want to knock on wood because I'm not a married person yet. So like I don't want to jinx myself, but I also feel like I know that work is forever in a marriage. But I feel like I got a limit and a capacity. If you gonna F up, do that shit in about 1st to 3 years of marriage. If I'm married to your ass for 11 years and you start cutting up like this, I'm not coming to get your ass. I'm not at we too deep into this for me to have to
God. Oof.
activate and put in that type of work. If you're gonna F up, do it in the beginning. Okay.
Yeah.
Imagine being to somebody married to somebody for 11 years, he been cheating on you the whole time, and then you gotta go now you gotta put in that type of work to restore marriage. Like, come on now. That's a lot. I feel like
That's
you
a
got a
lot.
time limit on me. Like you
You said 1 year. We don't want to do that at all. First of all,
between
but
year 1 and year 3, okay. I may not come get you, baby, after year 10. You ain't got this right yet. No. Okay. He let me in, then left me hanging.
Dear Tisia, I'm a 23-year-old active duty Navy young black woman. I'm new to the Navy. I'm new to the adult life, really. So I've had a lot of different traumatic experiences joining the military while also trying to find myself and the woman that I am. I understand, life is life in. But going on the ship after trying to meet friends and then realizing they don't really like me or they just, out to get me type of thing. I've went through a lot of different things while I was out to sea, and I just became lonely in a way, or I felt alone, and God saved me. God was there. I believe in Jesus, but I found a friend in somebody. Me and this guy, we were friends for like 4 or 5 months, basically the rest of the time that we were out, and then we got back. He ended up asking me to be his girlfriend. Fast forward, we became off and on because he wasn't sure and all of these things. But now it's 2025 and he's saying, like, it's basically quits. So I'm trying to move along from this man, but it's hard seeing him every day at work. And I also don't want to just jump on another man to get over him. But I also don't want my heart to be in shambles when I see him at work. Like, I do walk past him, or sometimes I might say hi, but I want to know your advice on what you think I should do. How should I move on? And then if there are guys that approach me, I find myself comparing him, or I just don't really like them like that. So what do you think I should do, Tisia?
Everybody wants the relationship and nobody wants to break up. And that you'll be like, duh, yeah, I want to be in love. No, I don't want to break up. We have to start preparing ourselves for the ending of things. And if you just look statistically at relationships, you probably gonna have 4 to 5 long-term or just kind of hearty relationships before you really meet your person. And so when people say things like, I'm struggling, it's like, yes, this is hard for
it is
me.
hard.
Yes. I still love him. Yes. Okay. It's hard to, be without him. I'm still looking for his phone calls. Yes. Like, yeah. This is why you can't play around with stuff like that. Like, everything that you're feeling is exactly what happens with a breakup, okay? And it's you can't circumvent. People tell you do yoga. People tell, find some hobbies, go work out, go travel, take care of yourself, get a new job. They're gonna tell you everything, y'all. You gotta sit in that. You gotta sit in it. It's hard. You're gonna miss the person. It's a breakup. They probably talking to other people right now. Y'all been broken up for 6 days. He's probably talking to somebody else.
Absolutely.
It's
Probably
like
talking to why you was in.
right. Hello. This is it. Welcome to prime time, baby. Everybody want to go link up with some man, but nobody wants the breakup. This is the truth of it. Okay, we have to start preparing ourselves for when things end. And this is why I say, don't let the more you talk to them on the phone, you talk to them all day, all night, or whatever. This is how you end up in a situation where you've only been talking to somebody literally 3-4 weeks, and you've had such a connection and you talking to them every day, and then y'all break up or it don't really work out. You find yourself detoxing off of a man that you only known for a couple of months.
Yeah.
This is the process. You got to see him at work.
Yeah, that's tough.
Yes, you do. It's tough, right? It's tough. And I think personally, the best advice for breakups is to, number one, sit in it. It hurts. It sucks. You're gonna have jealous moments. You're gonna have moments where you're just like, what are they doing? Are they talking to somebody else? Like, you're gonna miss them. You're just gonna care about their well-being, right? So you gotta just sit in that. The more you try to cover it up with going to Pilates or, hanging around your girlfriends,
To the club.
baby, soon as it's no more noise, you're gonna be looking at that phone. Looking at that phone, seeing if it's him, looking at his page, looking at his Instagram, all that type of stuff. So that's just one thing. You got to sit in it. The second thing is always do an audit of that relationship and give it a report card. Who were you with that person? What about you attracted that person to you? What is it that you will want to do better? Were there flags that you ignored? Did you realize things about this person that you never want to deal with again? Like, those are all things that you can do to move forward, but you got to just sit in that.
For sure.
Have you gone through a breakup, Cornelius?
Absolutely. Oh my God. Oh my God. Yeah.
Well, how did you get through breakups?
You gotta sit in it. You gotta sit in it. I was thinking about, with her, and talking about the, how he asked her to be a girlfriend after they got off the ship. As a man, I think, to be honest with you, I feel like that was a situation where he just kind of went with what was around him. That's how I was looking at it, like, from a standpoint of he probably was just like, oh, she's around, she's cool. And probably, at that time it was cool. But then when they got off the ship, it's like, oh yeah, be my girlfriend. But then he probably got around, everyday society people now. He's like, I don't really know if I wanted that. And she
Right.
probably still in it, like, he wanted it and he didn't want that. It was convenient at the time. So she has to look at that. Like, maybe I was just convenient at the time. Because obviously if she's passing him and he's barely speaking to her at work or whatever, and he's like kind of moved on, but she kind of still hanging on to it, he wasn't in it like he was in it.
Right.
It was just a situation shift for him.
And also, that's the thing too, like, military culture is so unique. Y'all are isolated in a space. And so you were once on sea and now you on base, right? And so it's like, there's not a ton of women and outside life and other distractions and other things to do. And it's a very isolated kind of life that you're living. And so we have to be careful of men that want to partner with us under convenient situations.
Mm-hmm.
We have to be very, very careful with men that want to partner and connect and be with us. Even as you said, the terms of him asking to be her girlfriend were like, you're in a very isolated situation. So he already knows you and things like that. But a lot of times it's just convenience, because what else you gonna do?
You're right.
You on a military base, right?
Yeah,
and it's like, okay, well, I connected with her 4 months. We all know, we got our choice about the military man. We all know you're gonna get a couple extra benefits if y'all get married. Okay, like, it's just this whole thing. But like, military culture breeds a lot of like convenient connections. Okay, military culture breeds convenient connections, and you have to be careful when you're in those closed environments and how you welcome connections into your life, because when they get off
that base,
off that boat and off that base,
I know a lot of situations where people talk about that.
They're gonna be looking at you like, oh, we outside, like, oh,
Yeah,
I can have, also too, people are traveling to different cities. That's the thing. On that base, y'all together. Off that base, you live in Wisconsin, he lives in Houston.
Yeah. I know.
Like, how is this gonna connect afterwards, right? A lot of times we don't think about those things. And so I'm telling you that dumb men in the military will connect with a wall socket, okay? They want to connect with anything around them. Like, they're just, and it makes the days go by faster. Imagine if you got drill in the morning, you running around, you waking up at the crack of dawn, you got to iron your clothes, you got to keep everything straight, and all these things. Like, sometimes the women in the romantic parts of life, it's like all you have to look, all you really have to look forward to in that type of male dominated industry. So you said that you are 23 years old, okay, and you're navigating trauma, military life, and heartbreak all at once. So I'm glad you're learning this lesson now. I know that it hurts, but like, it'll make you maybe not connecting with any more men on base. military, right? In the military. So you said he's officially ended things. And now you got to see him every day. OG tip, never date any man at your job. Okay. OG tip. That's anybody will tell you that. You never date anybody at your job. Maybe you could be transferred to a different department or something like that, but you got to sit in that, and it really does make you have a lot more tenacity for what's to come, so
maybe not speak to him anymore, or maybe not even, it may pull him away, but definitely may draw. I mean, if you really want him, it might draw his attention. If you pull away from him and don't say nothing to him at all, you might be able to pull him. You never know. But if you don't, you kind of contest it at least. If you don't reach out to you, don't speak to him, let that be that, and just detox from it.
Also too, don't blow up your own spot, because please know that them other men around there are watching, and they seen who you connecting with. A lot of times these military people thinking they be sneaky linking, and it's like, girl, we all know Sergeant A is with Sergeant B. Okay, we know, we see y'all walking away together. We see y'all eating lunch together. You ain't low when as low as you think. And so also, this is another OG tip. Don't let linking up with somebody block all your other opportunities, because sometimes you only get one time to pick the friend. So pick the right friend. Okay, you only get one time. Now you can't even talk to Ray Ray. You can't talk to Tyrone. You can't talk to none of them, because they know him. They friends with him. So make sure you pick right the first time. So it sounds like she's even acknowledged that she's been a little naive, and she's just navigating some tough spaces right now. But no more dumb men on the base. Okay. Our third, Dear Tisia. Should my girl move in even if I don't want her to?
Dear Tisia, I'm writing you because I am in a lesbian relationship. I am the femme and my girl is the stud. We've been thinking about moving in together, but I have a home that I purchased about 6 years ago and she lives in a 2-bedroom apartment. She wants to move in with me, but I've done this before. I had another female move in with me and I just didn't like it. I like having my own space. So I've told her hey, maybe we need to get our own space together. But as you know, rent is expensive and I'm trying to figure out what I should do. Should I let her move in with me even though I don't feel comfortable, or should things stay the way they are, or should we try to find our own place together? And we've been dating for 2 years.
Okay, so the only reason why I'm mentioning this is because you told me, you specified that you're the femme and she's the stud. Okay, so then you should be moving into her shit. Okay, let it look as culture says it. Okay, and I'm just saying this because you told me. I didn't need these details. You gave me this information. So why is she moving? I get that you a homeowner. Now y'all know how I feel. I don't care who bought the house. I don't care if you got a house. I don't care if your name is on the deed, and it'll just be so much easier if the other person moves in. I think that two things that stuck out to me. One, really the main thing that stuck out to me is that she doesn't want her to. She's done this before, and she doesn't want her to. You want to know what happens when you do things that you don't want to do? You ever got drugged out to the club that you didn't want to go to? It's a bad time. You're annoyed and irritated with everybody. Everybody talking too loud. The music too loud. You don't like your drink. It's just always bad. You're just hyper aware of everything that's not going well when you didn't want to go. When you didn't want her to move, everything she do about to annoy you. Okay, leaving the toilet seat up, changing the toilet paper, the toothpaste. You know what I'm saying? Cooking salmon at 8 p.m. Everything is gonna annoy you. I just don't think that it's quite the best idea, but I also think it will be good to see how leading this space now. Give her. Okay, the problem is you have a home. She wants to move in. You don't feel comfortable with it. Let her solve the problem. What is the solution? This is a good life thing that's going to prep you for long-term partnership. What is the solution? Is it y'all stay with you for a little bit and then y'all save up to have some rent prices are high? She paying 2 bed, 2 bath. She had a 2-bedroom apartment. And we all know that apartment is more than a mortgage. 2-bedroom. I'm not sure where y'all live. Let's just give her what do you think is fair? 3K, 3 to 4.
3K. That's really high. I was gonna say 2, late 2
for a 2-bedroom.
Too bad. Well, depending on where you are, but like I'm saying at least around 20,000, 2,200, somewhere in that range, maybe.
Now I don't know where Cornelia's
2-bedroom.
living, but I mean a 2-bedroom. Even
Well,
if
out
you went
here
to,
it's different, you know.
but
But
I mean, even if you went to a place, let's just say Memphis,
yeah, come
Memphis.
on, Memphis.
Look, Memphis, Tennessee. Okay, you in Memphis, a 2-bedroom.
You can get 2-bedroom for like maybe 18. You can get a whole house, to be honest with you, for like 1,500 to keep the bean.
Okay. Maybe I went too low. Anyways, okay, let's meet in the middle. Let's say 2,500.
Yeah.
You can get a mortgage for that.
Absolutely.
If you living in a place where you can get a 2-bedroom for 2,500, so I feel like that's an excuse. She's torn between financial practicality and emotional boundaries. I just think you simply are not ready, and I think this is a great thing. Like love and connection, like that type of relationship, it requires patience.
Yeah.
You want to see, these are the times that you want to see. You know what? Sometimes we interrupt our tests so much. Like there are so many people that the problem at hand, right? When you're in a relationship with somebody, the problem at hand would have taught you so much, but you solved it too quickly. And now you realize that later on down the line, it didn't work out. You would have known it didn't work out if you had not tried to actually solve this problem and interject, and you would have let it really truly play out. Then you would have known that y'all were probably less compatible than you actually were. Like, let's see how she gonna solve this problem.
Let her figure it out.
Y'all are in a relationship. Let's see how y'all gonna compromise. Let's see how somebody is gonna make a concession that's not quite that comfortable, but they're doing it for the better good of the relationship. Sometimes we solve problems too quickly, and you don't see how much tenacity somebody has. You don't see the grit that's on them. You don't see like the capacity that they have to even, withhold or withstand. Things are just uncomfortable. Can I sit and have you in my house for a little bit? Because guess what? If we're in a relationship, somebody loses their job, even down to like, I want to have a master bathroom and it's not connected to, you'll be surprised like what people are comfortable with and what things that they have to give up or sacrifice for the sake of a relationship or just to like cohabitate with you, right? And so these are the things that you want to see. Like, is she willing to keep paying her rent and just y'all go back and forth for a good solid year before y'all move it together? Don't solve this problem.
Yeah, let her figure it out.
Don't solve this problem. Let her figure it out. You got to really see now, and let's see what ways that she's willing to concede. She wants to move in. I bet she do.
Yeah, then you got to figure out too, when she moves in, is she going to pay money? Is she going to contribute like you want her to contribute when it comes to financially? So you got to look at that too, because like you said, if you solve it too quick and she comes move in, and now she's not doing her part, now you like, well, I'll move you in here. Now y'all probably to break up anyway.
Right. Get
and move
those
out.
details in. And I think like sometimes like when you have a issue where you're just not quite sure about, a plan is always good. You know how they say like, don't talk when you're angry, or like wait a little bit before you respond. That's just wait a little bit before you respond to this problem. Let's see what y'all gonna do in the waiting room. Let's see what can y'all conjure up, okay, to do for this problem in the meantime. And maybe both of y'all won't be quite happy, but that is a green flag for a partnership.
Yeah.
You didn't quite get your way. Maybe I didn't want to move up in here. This wasn't really the apartment that I wanted to move into anyway, but we both made a concession and now we both are going to get more of what we want. And so I think you shouldn't be in a rush to solve this problem, and let's see what she's going to do.
Let hers be hers. You said she bought a house. Let it be her house.
Hello. And y'all know how I feel about moving in with people. And I ain't trying to be funny, friend. We respect everybody in the community, but we know I have friends close to me, 2 women together. I have y'all breakups are crazy than I ever seen in my life. Okay, and y'all and we could joke about this because y'all know exactly what I'm talking about, and I know you laughing right now if you ever hear this response. Okay, 2 women in a relationship breaking up. I've seen it with my own 2 eyes. My friends joke about it all the time, girl. You talking about these men out here doing stuff. Listen. 2 emotional people. Look, emotional people. I'm seeing it. So take your time. Take your time on that. Anyways, we're on to our Bitch You Smell Good segment, which I know is my favorite. And this is actually, first of all, this is a black owned feature. Okay.
Black owned.
This is Zernell Gillie. I hope I'm pronouncing it, but this is actually a perfumer out of Chicago. Thank you. Okay. And I picked this up. If y'all ever remember a few episodes, quite a few episodes back, I featured Chris Classic from Savoir Faire. I featured his Love Suede fragrance. So I picked this fragrance up at his pop-up shop in Atlanta. And he had all of these black perfumers, like all type of different brands that you can buy. And this was one, it's called House. Y'all know House Music, Chicago, okay? It's called House. It's by Zernell Gillie. Chicago. Anyways, I loved it. I smelled a lot of the ones. I loved it, and I purchased it.
Is it unisex as well?
Yes. Ooh. No, this is lighter than. So fig, raspberry, jasmine. Top notes: saffron, orange flower, heliotrope, amberette, musk. I can already smell it drying down. Oh my gosh. In the mid base, Hawaiian sandalwood, cashmere, wood, soft texture, oud, tonka bean, cedar wood, and musk. What you thinking?
It's not bad. It's lighter though.
It's lighter. Like this and Tom Ford Black Orchid, it's like two different things.
It's definitely lighter.
I think that it is a clean scent. It's so fresh to me. I think that it has deeper notes of sandalwood, and y'all know how I feel about tonka bean and musk. It dries down over time. The craziest thing is that there were a few people in there, and we all picked the same one from Savoir Faire, and we all picked the same one from this line.
Yeah. It sounds like it's set once it settles.
It
really
settles. It's really sweet. I mean, it's unisex, but it also, like I said, jasmine, raspberry, fig, which are sweet notes. It has some citrus stuff in there, and then it's deeper notes at the base. I'm telling y'all, it's good. It's really, really good. And so, anyways, this is also black owned.
Yeah.
It's a black owned perfumer. Support this line. You can see the notes online. And I also like Music is Life is something that they put on the side of the box. And so I just love, I'm a Chicagoan, so I had to make a purchase. So anyways, y'all, this is actually one of my favorites from his line. Try it if you like. Okay, so we're on to our red flag reports. Dating alone, have we lost the village? Dating alone, have we lost the village? What happened? For generations, love in the black community didn't just happen. It was built in community. Church aunties, brothers, cousins played matchmaker, not just out of curiosity, but out of care. Your village knew your value, your needs, and your worth. But somewhere along the way, that shifted. In a recent article dating Coach Anwar White, shout out to Anwar White. Y'all send me his stuff all the time. He comes across my page all the time. I love him and love his work. Shout out to Anwar, our fairy god brother. I love you. I love your work. I see you, my brother. I see what you're doing. Shared that much of that change is due to the disappearance of third spaces like churches, community centers, or barbershops where people used to naturally connect. Now with most of us stuck between home and work, we lean in dating apps and algorithms instead of our aunties and inner circles. The article features stories of two black women who reluctantly leaned on family to help them find love and ended up marrying men who were handpicked by people who loved them first. One woman's father introduced her to a man he mentored. Another woman's brother-in-law insisted she give a kind stranger a chance. In both cases, what started as skepticism became something deeply rooted, intentional, and affirming, a kind love that saw their full selves and brought safety, not just sparks. So the question is, if you never involve your village in your love life, not even a check-in, a second opinion, or a gut check, is that protecting your peace or a red flag that you're repeating patterns in silence? think that there's a lot of nuances here, right? I think that personally, when people are like, where do I meet people? Where do I meet people? Where can I meet somebody? I love a referral. I love this. Is why I say go to them baby showers, go to them kickbacks, go to them game parties, go to them fight parties, go to, I mean, like the events that are with your friends and family, because I just think that coming, like sometimes the call got to come from inside the house, and these people know and they can give you additional insight. And a lot of times people are less likely to super dog you out when they know that you know the people, you know the people connected. Like if your home, if I put you on to my, if my homeboy put you on, your homeboy put you on to me, you got respect for your homeboy, so you probably gonna try to break up with me as politely as possible, or just like not really dog me out because it's connected to your homeboy. So I think that the village thing is very true. I think that involving your tribe and the people that you're dating, and we'll talk about it to a toxic point, but I think that it can be really good because not sometimes people can see the things that you can't see. So that's always really good. And also just like checks and balances, right? You know, like you need people around you. I don't quite know if I'm in as much of alignment that we've let like social media and stuff take over those spaces. Like I still go to church. I got church aunties. I got friends and family that's well aware of who I'm dating and what's going on, even if it's not good stuff. You know, I think that I'm not that far from that space, but I can see how social media and just a digital world has taken us away from some things. And that we're connecting with people more distantly than before. I think we've probably seen an influx of long distance relationships and things like that, just simply because people have other avenues to connect.
Absolutely. Yeah.
How do you feel about involving your village in your love life?
This is, oh my God, it's so tough right now because I feel like I definitely went through this. You know, I think in the beginning, I would say figure it out on your own. But then, you know, you can do so. I think eventually along the way, it's good to have checks and balances. It's like, okay, this is, maybe you can give it a scenario. This is what I'm going through. This is what happened, whatever. If you don't have, but you got to make sure you have a good friend that's not judgmental, because a lot of times we're going to say the negative to whatever we're, our family, whoever we're talking to, we're soapboxing to. You have to make sure that they're going to be non-judgmental and not going to just take my side. They're going to be more, you know, like, okay, let me see how I see how what you're telling me, and I know the negativity that you're telling about this person. Let me try to see from her point of view or his point of view, because that helps with balancing your opinions and how you give your opinions. Because sometimes your family can be just as toxic and be like, oh, leave that nigga, and you know, and they can use their own past to put damper on your current situation. So it can be very toxic, especially you got mama, daddy, right? You know, it can be very toxic because they can put too much on it and they be like they in a relationship.
Exactly. And I always say you gotta watch the dog that bring the bone. And a lot of times the dog then went all around town, up the alley, down the sewer, and they bringing you back the bone, and you don't know where that dog came from. And I say that to say that a lot of times the information that you're receiving, if you don't know the dog that's bringing the bone, like you said, a lot of people's base is messed up. A lot of people have a lot of trauma. Okay, I just experienced this with a young lady that was on my live, and she was saying that her mom was with a man just for the money, and he was abusive. And so now she's in a relationship that she doesn't want to be in. And the mom is telling her, girl, that man paying your bills? Yeah, you gonna walk away from that? You gotta watch the dog that bring the bone, because your mama was with men that didn't want her, and she was with him because he was a financial provider. And now you found yourself in the same situation, and you going back to that dog asking about that bone, and that person then went around the neighborhood, up the alley, through the gangway. Okay. You have to be careful where you get in the source of your information and what that person has gone through. And sometimes people can deflect. People can bring all the stuff that they've been through and make it your own.
Yeah, make it theirs, yeah. And if they've been in and out of relationships, they're going to have you in and out of relationships, you know what I mean?
No,
So,
seriously.
yeah.
Look, Jay-Z said this too. Don't tell me what I can't do. No, you can't do it.
Yeah.
You can't do it. And so it didn't work for you. And I think there is a part of it that you should consider. But that happened to you. That man cheated on you. Your relationship couldn't have been restored. Like your marriage didn't work. That doesn't mean it's going to happen to me.
Yeah,
so you have to watch these dogs that's bringing back the bone and where they're coming from, what their vantage point is, what their life experiences are, because it can really distort their reality and the message that the advice that they want to give to you.
I say also privacy. I mean, it needs to be a balance. You can tell use your village a little bit, but I would say privacy is key. Especially I've been out there and I think we didn't have enough privacy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Everybody's in your relationship trying to figure out what you're doing, this and that, whatever. I think privacy is so key because then you get too many opinions and now you're basing your relationship off these opinions and that's actually not how it is. So yeah.
Yeah. I think too, like, going to your people about, like good people that right? Like I think that's like a good pillar, but also having community is good as well. I love a church auntie.
Yeah.
I love a church auntie, okay? Like they just got that firm hand where they be like, all right now, baby. Come on. A spiritual godmother, godfather, okay? Like a mentor.
Yeah.
Them be the ones that be like, Tisia, I'm on up out of that.
They may have a little more spiritual insight. They may hear what you're saying, but they may read through that and be like, you know what? I see what you're saying about him, but baby, you need to be working on this. You need to work on this here too. They'll check you too.
Listen, not just because I'm a real one. Let me tell you this. I was dating somebody very recently. I had a friend call me to tell me she had a dream about this man. Then I laid it out to my spiritual godmother, who I know she gonna keep it real. She was like, basically, hell to the no. Then I had a friend call me and was like, and then y'all, I started getting these messages that were like, hey Tisia, how are you? Been on my mind.
Oof, yeah.
You
gotta listen.
You need them people. You gotta listen. You need them people. And sometimes God will send you messages and clues and everybody around you. And it could be one because your ass just not listening. He didn't send them to you, but you ain't listen, okay? You didn't listen. But they will send them through every avenue. That's how I was like, my friend was like, how do you feel about that? I said, I really feel like I'm God's favorite, okay? I'm God's favorite. For a friend to call me and was like, hey, yo, I had this dream. It was so real about that man. It woke me up out of my sleep. And she's like, I just gotta tell you about it. Man. And then you telling people about it, and they're like, I don't really know. And then all of a sudden, you're on everybody's heart and mind. Hey, Tisia, you okay? Are you going through anything? I've been thinking about you. I'm finally reaching out.
Yeah.
Them communities, them church aunties, them brothers, cousins, and all of that, they be knowing. They be knowing. And they can see you. They can see the things that you're not picking up, like how your temperament has changed, how your mood has changed, how you're more isolated, how you're less happy, how you're doing less of the things that you enjoy. Them people around you, they can see that stuff before it even hits you. I'm with you when you're right, Anwar, okay? I'm with you when you're right. I'm with you when you're right. Is that all? Is that all we got? Dre, we've been talking for forever. That's it. Anyways, y'all. See y'all next week.